Okay, Thursday, September the 12th, 2013, and today I'm back down at Hollingbourne in Kent. North Downs walk today, about to follow the North Downs for 15 miles through to Y. It's a grey day, some break in the cloud though, which is good. It's not raining, which it has been overnight. Quite mild, around about 20 degrees. Very still, which is excellent. No wind interference today. So it's 12 noon, 15 miles to do. I would anticipate being done by around 7, and there's not much more light left after then anyway now. The evenings are creeping in, which is why I'm trying to get this walk completed before it gets too dark. So let's press on. As noted previously, not much here at this station. So about 10 minutes in, and this is familiar territory because we walked in the reverse direction last time I was down here in Hollingbourne a few weeks ago. Approaching the church, then walking up through the village to join the North Downs Way. Village school behind me, as you can hear. Lunchtime now, for them anyway. Approaching Hollingbourne Village Church. All Saints Hollingbourne from a slightly different angle. Hollingbourne Manor, which you can Google and learn more about if you so wish. In Hollingbourne's Dirty Habit public house. A lunchtime stop on a, possible lunchtime stop on the other walk. What an amazing contrast. Just 3 weeks ago I was here and the field was being cut by a combine. Now been ploughed, straw bales are gone, and probably re-sown already, ready for the next season. Just confirming that it was this point. Which incidentally is approximately 1 mile exactly from my, approximately 1 mile from the station, according to my recorder. Distant murky views on my right of London in the distance. Well, that direction anyway. I can hear a buzzard mewing somewhere. And there it is. Lost it. Hollingbourne's circular walk took us up there. We're continuing straight ahead now on the North Downs Way, as shown on the footpath marker there. Around 106 metres here already. 300-foot mark. And all I can hear is the mewing of a buzzard and the distant motorway in the distance there. Obviously the other Hollingbourne walk took us past the services. Looking up at the section that I walked a couple of weeks ago, through that clearing. Farmer here hasn't ploughed his corn in yet. Point out that the walking thus far underfoot is pretty easy, and no evidence of the rainfall that we've had, nor in the fields, so shows how dry it is. Once again walking through classic North Downs scenery, tree tunnels. What a lovely vista that is on my left as I ascend to around 184 metres, per the map anyway. And some pretty good views on the right as we descend now from the 184 metre spot mark on the map, Hollingbourne. One last glimpse at that ridge that we ascended a few weeks ago. Path opens up a bit now. The onward way is obvious here. Footpath markers missing, just outside Hollingbourne. Take that back, footpath markers hidden on this stile, a couple of feet further on. All the signs here that it's going to be another heavy winter. Autumn is upon us, officially in 11 days' time. Back on the Pilgrim's Way in Hollingbourne, the two often overlap. So just above Harrietsham here, just done 3 miles per my mobile phone. Hollingbourne there's marked as 2 1/4, but from the station it's 3. 2 more to Lenham along the Pilgrim's Way here. Now it's just gone 1. There's a viewpoint marked on the map ahead, which I might try and use as a lunchtime stop. Would be appropriate timing. Let's see what the view's like. Some pretty quiet road walking. B road, mind you. So another good surface underfoot, albeit a bit heavy on the hips. Interesting, that chap up there. Got company with that moggy. Let's go and find out who the chap is. He's just outside the Steed Court estate. Information panel here about the Pilgrim's Way. Start from the top. Hope you can read that inscription there. Pilgrim bound with staff and faith, rest thy bones. That's certainly what he's doing. Could have lunch here, but I'm pressing on to beyond Lenham for that viewpoint. Besides which, the picnic table's full of cat trays by the looks of it. And that cat ain't going anywhere. He's on the outskirts of the hamlet of Marley, and on a map it shows a factory here, and lo and behold it's the home of the plumbing and building company of the same name. Well-known player in that business. Okay, we're leaving the road now. And as you can see, according to this board, almost, or this finger post, almost 5 miles to Charing yet. Good solid footpath though, or track. And the reason for that is because it's also a cycle trail, which could be a pain in the neck with a group. Walking to the north of Lenham here. Won't be long now till the viewpoint on the map. The scenery's a bit different. Lenham over there on the right. A20 just down below. So just passing the white cross on the hill, which I'll show you in a minute, commemorating the dead of the 2 world wars. The memorial stone in this enclosure was removed to the churchyard in 1960, and the seat presented to the people of Lenham in 1976. There is the white stone, and the view out. Here that the viewpoint marked on the map is Lenham Chalk Cliffs, which involves a slight diversion, but I will take it now I'm here. As you can see, diversions through these trees and up on the hill. So here we have Lenham Chalk Cliffs, and the view behind me is well worth the diversion. There you go. Bit hazy today unfortunately, but still a good vista. Two o'clock, so I'll pitch up here for lunch. I wonder if this track that I'm actually stood on was the North Downs Way originally, rather than down by the road there. Right, 2:45, lunch has been had, and although this viewpoint does provide some excellent views, it is very much sheep territory, and it's difficult to find a patch to sit down on that isn't covered in their excrement. Sun's just starting to poke through, which is good news. Very pleasant walking now through this tree-lined track, and here's a common resident of Kent that brings back memories for me. Cobnut bush. Spent one summer, well, a day in one summer, 85 I think it was, trying to harvest these things. Incredibly difficult, getting paid per bag. Do love these tree-lined tunnels. Very common feature on the North Downs Way. Now this is interesting. Just by Hollingbourne Park, come to something called Cherry Downs, and appropriately named, as you can see. And it has a picnic area, which is about 15 minutes on from where I was. So this may be better than sitting in the sheep droppings, for want of a better word. Right, this is the kind of view you get from the picnic area as well. Pretty good. So this is worth bearing in mind as well as a potential lunchtime stop. Pretty late in the afternoon now, it's about 3 o'clock now for a midweek walk. Would work on a Saturday, doing the full 15 mile. As you can see, pretty easy track walking, just outside, well, about a mile outside Charing now. Just been told it's a 7 mile, just come up on my phone. Oh, the misty Kentish countryside over there. 3:15, the landscape as we approach Cobham Farm on the map. And that noise you can hear in the distance is a tractor ploughing the field. What this is, too late to be a cherry surely. Anyone know? Bark's relatively shiny down below. That's what makes me wonder if it is a cherry of some description. Anyway, good walking underfoot again. Would be a pretty good walk for a wet day, this one. No mud, so to speak. Just on the fringes of Charing now, which is a bit further than I was under the impression it was. 9 miles down already. And this is the path that I came from previously on the Charing Circular. Now repeating a section of lane walking away from Charing towards Burnt House Farm, and the sun shines out. Fantastic. Back towards Charing, and I can just make out the sail of the windmill over there. There it is. About 150 metres here, just above Pet Place on the map. That place the other week where I had a lot of problems getting across paths, which I've since reported. As you can hear, plenty of robin song around me. I noticed earlier the swallows and house martins gathering together. Won't be long now. Another month at tops. Quite incredibly, there's a field of wheat here still waiting to be cut. I suppose it all depends on its elevation and position to the sun and when it was sown. Back towards the church at Charing. Views out to the southeast from a point near Burnt House Farm. There we go, 2 miles to Westwell, a mile to Charing, 4:15. Walking past the quarry marked on the map, just beyond Burnt House Farm. It's just over there on my left. Just walked past the entrance. Massive lorries coming out of there in a very small lane. Anyway, it's a very pleasant afternoon now, as you can see. Sun's peeping through. Wonderful autumn day. or late summer, let's put it that way. Sounds better. Got a very pleasant section of woodland walking here. North Downs Way runs alongside the edge of this wood, but the map shows that there is a trackway through the middle of the wood. So perhaps in times gone by, the original path was through the middle of this wood here, which I'm pleased to see has got a lot of ash in it and no signs of dieback. Wonder what's happening with the dieback situation at the moment. I haven't heard much about that lately. Although having said that, look at this disease on this sycamore. What is that? Outrageous. Terrible, it's like measles. And that's where the trackway through the wood comes out. And at this point, I might add, we've done exactly 11 miles. 4:45, just done 12 miles. And this is a point just outside Dunn Street on the map, about 130 metres up. I'm assuming, although you should never assume anything, that is possibly Ashford over there in the distance. It's the only large town I can think of in this area. Anyway, it's gone a bit grey again and the wind's starting to pick up. Rain is forecast tomorrow, but thank the Lord it's been a very pleasant day today. Here we are, just outside Dunn Street, and some very nice scenery on my right towards Bourton Lees on the Downs Way, which I'll show you in a second. There you go, look at that. Absolutely wonderful on this late summer day. Now this section is less prepared underfoot, as you can see here. This could be a problem in the winter months and even in the summer, because it's corn, isn't it? So it's just been cut. I can't see the path, but I believe it's over towards that gap. Would be the obvious place. Although the farmer has prepared a track around the edge of the field, which looks like he might want us to follow that. So let's do so. Yeah, this is our onward journey. That is the grounds up there of Eastwell Park, according to the map. Now whether that's a home, I can't see any residents on the map up there, or just the name of the area. There's also a lonesome church up there somewhere, just sticking out on its own for no particular reason. Lovely scenery though. As I walk past a lovely wood, native wood on my right, plenty of ash in there as well. But I did just see an example of dieback, pretty certain. Lovely views back towards Dunn Street in the late of the afternoon, in late summer. The noise of the A20 isn't evident here, which is great. Now there's one very sick pheasant. Don't know what's wrong with it, but it does not look healthy at all. Look at it. Poor thing. You wouldn't normally get that close to them. I'm about 9 foot away. Christ knows what's happened to that. Won't be alive much longer. Needs putting out of its misery, really. If I had the bottle I should wring its neck, but I haven't. I know someone that would have done it though. As you see, getting diverted here off the trackway. This looks like a recent phenomenon, certainly not marked on the map. Down there. One last view back at towards Dunn Street, across this field of is it cabbage? I'm not sure what it is. Some kind of it might be the stuff they feed cattle, is it? Or is it turnips even? Certainly some kind of beet plant. Definitely not cabbage, or a variety of. Ah, wonderful. That back, this slight little deviation through the wood is marked on the map if you look carefully. Now walking alongside a field of maize. It's in stuff. About 6'6". This corn is at the moment. There's the remains of an old church marked on the map, and this is they. Very strange because you can't actually get in through the main gate. I had to find a convoluted way in here, but in here I got. And it's next to this large lake marked on the map. The lake is pretty much hidden, apart from that snippet I was able to glean a minute ago. There's an orchard and what have you in this bit here. I'm walking along this trackway now marked on the map. There's a big old stretch of water though. I do believe that's the Crundale Downs ahead of us there, with the sun shining on them. As I leave Eastwell Park. Some interesting buildings in the cliff face over there. Clearly war related. Foxholes again, I suppose. I haven't seen one of these signs before. All part of the E2 European path. That I have seen before, but not in this form. Oh, as you can see at this juncture, the North Downs Way splits. Farnham 98, Dover 25, Canterbury 30. I'm taking the Dover option to get me to Y station. Different kind of scenery now as we're 2 miles away from Y, just the other side of Bolton Lees on the map. Onward journeys across this field with the crun in the background there. Wonderful, sun still on them. with the memorial to the Jubilee, I believe that was. Do that on the Y circular. Continues through classic Kent scenery, an orchard. Wouldn't want to scrump these apples though, probably covered in chemicals. Another shot of the Crundale with Y ahead of us there. Walking through not that well signposted section of the walk. Very arable and fruit growing, vegetables obviously. Runner beans there, isn't it? Yep. So back at Y. Train's just pulling in, so not much to say. But that was a high speed one, so not for me. Okay, so I've done about 17 miles as it goes. A bit further than I thought. 6:30, so been walking just under 6 hours. 21 minutes a mile pace. So not bad going. Very nice walk. Can be made into 3 walks. So has flexibility. And it didn't rain. It turned out to be a pleasant day actually. Let's find out where my train is. 18:51's the next train, which is about 15 minutes. So not too bad. I said I'd be done by about 7. Just behind those willows over there, there's a pub. Riverside pub. Potential tea time stop for this particular walk. So, all in all, great day's walking. Won't be able to do this 16, 17 miles much longer though in the time available. Needs to be done before we put the clocks back.